All right.
What's up, brother?
All right. You're back on my screen. Got you.
There it is.
We're live.
Okay. All right. Check this out. Let's do it again. Hey, Amy, Chris, you back on Instagram? Good. So I know people can hear through my Instagram as well. I don't know what causes that double feeding back thing, and I apologize for that. One day they got to come up with like an app that literally can do Facebook and Instagram at the same time.
Help us out a little bit.
You know what I mean? All right. So tell me, whoever wants to start, where did each of you individually start music? What gave you like that fire?
For me, man, and Cap kind of nailed it for all of us a little bit, but it was my father, it was family that started out for me. He was a music head, so, and a guitar player, so he had a guitar around, and he was always introducing me to new types of music. You know, taking it back. For me, it was R&B and blues and early classic rock. That was kind of my first real passion. You know, and what got me inspired to begin creating music. So really, it was my dad getting me started in the blues, man, and that was my first passion, was that.
That's cool. That's cool. I guess what, I did your same road, except way back in the olden days, because I used to do blues in Boston at this famous blues club called Harper's Ferry, and they shut down now though. It's like after a little time. But anyways, this is about you, so. That's cool. I always like it when family sparks, that thing, because it ends up, it's funny because a lot of people can say it's easier, to do it that way. But at the same time, there's a little bit of, if you really embrace it from family, it puts something deep in you, man. That's way deeper usually. It's more challenging, I guess, for anybody who doesn't come from a musical background to try to stick to it. You got to do.
Case, yeah, I can see that. I think it's like you said, man. It's just ingrained in you more so. If it's something your parents are singing while you're being formed in the womb still, and it's just constantly around you. It's a little bit ingrained in your being.
Absolutely. All right, give me something, Horn Man.
I mean, I started playing music in middle school, playing trumpet, and switched to French horn gradually in high school. That's like Cap said, that's where I met him at.
French horn is sweet, bro.
What's that now?
French horn. That's a sweet instrument, brother.
That one really helped me with like my ear, because the French horn where we sat was right in the middle, so we kind of balanced the whole band with the we played, and so it gave me a more in-depth perspective on just the way that sounds mix and blend together.
Right.
And as far as like just my, I guess, pop culture music background, my dad used to put on vinyls all day, and it was all kind of old school Prince, Lakeside, a whole bunch of soul and funk and 70s and 80s. I used to tell him, man, y'all had the best time frame to grow up, because you got like all the disco and pop and rock and roll. Like that was, just when the birth of all these different styles of music. And so it's cool to be exposed to all of that at a young age.
Truth. All right, give me something, Drummy.
Definitely family. Started in middle school, like choir, first drum set, and then playing old rock and country growing up in a small town. That's pretty much all I had. But I was always listening to Tupac and Biggie and NWA, stuff I should not be listening to, because my dad found all those on me. So, my favorite CDs, man.
Did you ever break your records, man?
Just chunked them in the trash, man. I found them, was like,
he put them in the trash.
Beat them up.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, man, good times, man.
All right, Basie, what you got?
So, 2 Up, 2 Down, by the way. Shout out VA. Thank you for your service.
Yes, sir.
Happy late Veterans Day.
Thanks, sir.
That's right. That's right.
Craigslist, man. Craigslist.
Yep.
So we found each other and we were jamming. And as far as Oh man, I can get into it, but we don't have enough time.
So wait a minute. So you guys met on Craigslist?
I met Kyle on Craigslist.
Yes.
For the
Oh
old
snap!
Yes.
Hey, can you guys see the comments? I'm gonna try to keep up with them when they come through and put them on the screen. I don't know.
Most definitely. So Kyle and Justin, they were in a group already in Virginia when I had moving out there to do some work, and that's when Kyle Waters came across me and what was that? Barron's Pub, Portsmouth, Virginia.
Okay.
And they had a funky, just fusion kind of group going, you know. And we all discovered that we had this chemistry that we knew we were on to something special. And in a sort of turn of events, we all ended up getting together here in South Texas several years later in 2018 for the inception of LIONTHRONE, and been rocking since, man.
Okay. And so dang, here I go with names again. That's why I hate, man. I'm just gonna call everybody by instruments.
That works.
So my horn dude, you found, so how did you get with everybody?
Oh, well, I ran into this guy way back in high school, man. We met when we were 16,
Oh, okay.
20 years now, you know, and so they were just talking about how they were about to form up this band and it was just gonna be this dope trio. And I was like, all right, man, well, I'll come set up some, you know, set up the drums and help out with the sound or whatever, you know, and then just kind of grew into, I guess, earning my way into the group. And Brian one day was like, hey, man, do you play any other instruments so we can just, you know, get your groove with us? And I played trumpet in middle school. He's like, well, find one. So mentioned the black trumpet. That trumpet's like a beginner horn, like, you know, like a one that a middle school student would get. I found it at a pawn shop in Kyle. So I drove like an hour north to this random little small Texas town and bought this trumpet and came back and just kind of just jumped back into it.
But it's about the person, it's about the user, not so much the horn sometimes. Believe that. Hey, 1 second. Everybody that's on Instagram, we're playing trick with y'all right now. This is musical platforms. Jump back over to Facebook. That's where everybody is. Facebook, you can find me under OBIE Morant, MORANT. OBIE MORANT. If you're not friends of mine already, doesn't matter. I got all my settings on public, so you can just jump on. All right. I want to thank you for Brian Dales. Thank you for joining in, Dr. Dre. Thank you, Amy Chris. You the man. Jump back onto Facebook. Thank you. Okay. So when you guys came up with this band, you brought in all these flavors. You guys learned all kind of stuff growing up individually. Now collectively, those guys were in the background. They were doing this thing in a form already. And then you guys brought these other influences into it. And this just instantly popped? Or did y'all take some time in the woodshed?
Man, when we got together in 18, it was like balls to the wall. But we're all professionals, you know, we've all been playing our whole lives. So
yeah,
it was like, hey, the time is now, bro. So we got in studio right away, first song, and then played as many shows as possible that first year. Second year, we kind of expanded and played more important shows, bigger shows, opening up for people. And then now we've formed it into a business, you know, we're our empire that we're building.
Right.
Now we're trying to show you that we can do everything in-house with Stage 3. You know, we're trying to show you what we are about, even during quarantine.
Yep.
LIONTHRONE is full force.
Listen, I love that Set You Free joint, man. And I hope y'all wasn't mad that I, stole a piece of y'all's thing, because I was trying to figure. I was like, dang, I need to put something out here to get some promo, because I don't get to do long sets of promo. I get to do like few days right before each show, because I do 2 shows each week. So, and I don't like to take attention from one interview and have people all oh my gosh, should I tune in Wednesday or Sunday? So I like to kind of, you know what I mean? I like to give everybody their props, and they're only focusing on who's coming up. But that song is off the hook, yo.
To expand on your question a little bit, it's a little bit of both, Sometimes it's all like a great example is our homeboy, shout out Michael Childs, man. He kind of told us, you know, we had all this sound, right? But we had to develop our sound, you know? And so like, obviously all being good musicians or excellent musicians in our own right, like it's easy to put things together, but everything kind of evolves over time, you know, and all
Sure.
the smoothed out, and then it comes into this really nice sculpture once we finally finish a song. But you know, it comes really quickly, really organically. I'd say we kind of just hammer them out of nowhere, really.
Now you guys got the whole album already? Where you at in the process?
We definitely have over an album's worth of material, but we've chosen to be a little bit more selective with our releases. As you know, we've developed as a group, and as we see our path of continued development. So basically, we've begun to focus very heavily on writing and just sort of building a huge back catalog for ourselves, if you will. We've got easily over, I'd say, 2 albums worth of original material at this point.
That's good.
But not just throwing it all out there just because we have it necessarily. You know what I mean? Allowing the songs to marinate and, like Shorty said, to develop a little bit over time through performance, not just together in a rehearsal type setting, but through live performance as well. You know, it changes the way you feel about a song, and to let it kind of, to give it the amount of time it requires to be seasoned. You know,
Are y'all in that rehearsal garage that I saw y'all on the other day when y'all went live?
Different area. Yeah, we're in Studio B right now.
Oh. Got you. Okay, who came up with the video concept?
The video concept for Set You Free?
Yeah.
I conceptualized the video, and was very fortunate to be able to work with a close friend of mine who still lives and works in Portland, Oregon. Shout out Taffy and her husband. Taffy runs organization out there that's been organizing quite a few gatherings surrounding the Black Lives Movement issue, and working with youth organizations in that area, helping organize many peaceful protests that have, of course, been much ado recently. And so a lot of the footage that you see in that video for Set You Free is from right there on the streets, literally from her organization where it happened. Some of the riot footage, all of the peaceful protest footage is thanks to her organization, Community Creating Unity, PDX.
Oh, that's cool.
Be supportive.
Hey, you have to send me that, so then I'll add it to y'all's thing, because I'll keep y'all up for a couple weeks, you know. Yeah. And let people look out for her too, because that's dope, and that's a great video, man. Really is. And you know, coming from where I'm coming from in this platform, I was digging that. I was in.
Yeah.
Well, they're very, you know, we were very decisive about it. You know. Just the way that everything was going, the way the climate of society was trending. You know, one day I was just like, hey guys, you know, we had a concert coming up, a little show coming up. I was like, can we get some Set You Free this weekend? Because it wasn't one that was heavy in our rotation, honestly.
Okay.
And so we were like, hell yeah, we can. And then so from there, just kind of, we were like, you know what, this would be a really great time to really, you know, develop this one and see, you know, maybe we can have a little release. And then so it kind of grew into the video concept and the single and the date and everything that we selected. And so it was we were really determined about that one, to say the least.
It's good. Drummy, tell me about, so you guys got a nice thick array. Y'all got a nice ethnic makeup, right? Y'all are like a Benetton ad, right? So tell me, how is that? How are y'all incorporating that into the concept of what you guys are doing, or is it more just subliminal? It's just there.
Yeah, man, that's just there, bro. You know, we don't fake the funk. That's one thing we do. We keep it real. Each person,
put in the trunk.
You gotta keep. I mean, you have to be honest with yourself.
Yep.
And the whole purpose of this band is to be yourself. You know? We're all perfect individuals, you know, but together we're lions, you know. Almost that big ass.
Right.
But together we're lions, man, and that's
right. Y'all got a hell of a roar going on right now too. I saw y'all, a buddy of mine, Mach 357 from the Evening Experience. This is my dog, and he turned me on to you guys, and I was like, all right, these dudes is no joke. And I love to see, you know, because again, I'm Moses, so I love to see it when young brothers are coming up, and they're on some real stuff, and they're not just making music. You know, a lot of people do, you know, their whole, you know, wordy thing. You know, we're doing some music that's supposed to be deep, but yet on the outside, it's just a bunch of, you know, BS, you know, to try to go with a trend or whatever. And you guys are for real, and y'all talk, you know, y'all, I don't curse a lot, but y'all talk a lot of good stuff. You know what I mean? And you don't pull punches. And I like that. That's important, man. It's important in the delivery, especially from the genres plural, but from the avenue of the type of band that you are. There are too many, you know, yeah, man. There's too many of those. Yeah, man. And that's it. And there's nothing else to it. Trust me, I think all the ingredients are awesome. But if you just carrying one little thing, one little flag, and all the rest of the flags are hidden, that's where, you know, you lose the validity of your messages. So that was one of the things I'll talk about Set You Free 1,000 times, because that is what makes that hit home so much, is because lyrically y'all are speaking real talk. It's not like you're just saying you know, like we crafted a phrase just the right way to sound the right way. You're talking real, like as if I'm talking to you right now. And so that's the lyrical structure. And I'm talking to you from, you know, because I don't know if you guys did any research on me, but I came from a long musical history before I started doing this. And so to me, as a producer, as a songwriter, is always important that whatever it is that you do, when it's really when you're wearing when the song or the project is wearing the tag of your name, it better have some depth to it. It better have some longevity to it, because if it doesn't, then you become just one of them other bands that's, you know, you might as well just be a freaking cover band, just doing whatever, because it becomes pointless after a minute. All the talent in the world just turns to crap, you know. So I respect you guys for what you're doing. Now I'm gonna shut the hell up. Now y'all talk to me. So
really, it's unintentionally intentional. You know, we ourselves. Everything we do is just being authentic to ourselves and being authentic to each other. And then, you know, it just happens. It just manifests itself in that way, where it just feels like it's natural, because it all is natural. You know?
Right, and that's what truth is. It's truth. I always say that's my thing. Truth all day long. And if it's not that 21 I don't know who that is. That's probably a friend of you guys. Listen, you guys, please jump on Facebook, OBIEMORANT. We apologize. There was some little technical difficulties. So if you guys can jump on the Facebook, that would be awesome. Or you can stay here and just stare at my face. I'm not pretty, but you know, I might be worth staring at for a minute. All right. And also I have to say this, you guys, I got a sponsor. I don't do it in an ill way, but they do give a nice discount to folks. I got Gorin Brothers hats. If you guys know about it, they are the dopest hat company. Everybody from every walk of entertainment, world life, to just old laymen's like myself wears these hats. They got hats of all kinds, all shapes, all designs, caps, so on. They even got the face masks now and everything. So I have to give them a shout out. Folks, if you shop on Gorin.com, then you get a special discount under the when you check out. Just punch in capital Food for Action, all one word, capital Food for Action 10, and then you will get a massive discount. Don't forget, buy me a hat for my birthday, December 12th, and Christmas is coming up. You can buy all these guys a hat. I'm sure y'all wear hats, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I got a big head, bro.
You know, I got a big head.
They got extra large, my brother.
Hey, I take a beanie though, man. Pussy.
Oh, they got those too. So listen, so everybody who's watching these guys right now, LIONTHRONE does like Christmas gifts. Go on there, use that discount code, and get them some beanies, get them some caps, get them everything. All right, true. All right, so where are you guys in the journey now? Like, you know, I know you're recording. I know before the pandemic, and I think you guys even done a couple shows since the pandemic, right?
We did have a shows, a few, you know, socially responsible shows. I'll say that the energy is just a little bit different still.
True.
You know, we of course are going to test the waters and try to deliver a musical experience in any way that we can.
True.
But, and so, they were sort of just to kind of dip the toe in and see what it's like. And I will say that the energy is a little different. Of course, everybody's got to stay in their little section, and
yeah, it's kind of constrictive a little bit because you can't feel as free. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not exactly the same, and I'm sure it'll be some time until we can get back to the experience as we all know and love. But just finding ways to stay creative and stay engaged, I feel like is super important for where we're at right now on our path of growth. We're looking beyond what the pandemic has done, and finding not just ways to knee jerk, okay, let's live stream or let's whatever, which what everybody kind of did. But how are we going to do this, as you mentioned earlier, with longevity? How do we consistently deliver an experience with longevity, and finding new ways to maintain engagement with our Lions Pride, the fan base, as we refer to them, the Lion Pride.
Absolutely.
Finding ways, like we're doing right now, here with you, Obi, meeting new friends and keeping that network going in the manner that we can through live streaming.
True.
Maintaining that creativeness, man, not letting this, what feels like a slump to a lot of artists and a lot of just everyone in general, not letting this little slump stop the creativity.
Now, what's your plot? So, here maybe a couple months down the road, Biden and Harris go into office, they do their thing, and all of a sudden we got, at least we're good to go to open back up for shows and traveling and whatever. What's your attack? What's the plot? Where y'all going?
I mean, tour, international, sponsorship.
Do you have people? You got management team and all that yet?
Yeah, shout out to our manager, Gidget Espinoza. She's got some connections that she's going to be working for us, some national, some international. Some we can't speak on at the moment, but
no. I just wanted to know. That's a good shout out right there.
On traveling, man, and taking this show back on the road, which was what we were kind of set up to do before, the whole coronavirus situation. But we're going to be getting right back to it, man. This activity is not in vain. We're certainly gearing up to be ready to take it, not just national, but beyond national borders.
Yeah, we're going to do
all right, Baseman, where we at 10 years? What's the 10-year plan, Mr. Baseman?
Do exactly what we do, regardless of the government election, regardless of the president. It doesn't matter. We work hard, we pray hard, we love each other, we do what we got to do.
Right.
And what's the 10-year plan?
I mean, it doesn't matter what flag is flown from the house that's painted red. Honestly, it doesn't matter.
Your plan? Let's see.
Yeah,
let the empire take off, man. Build more businesses within each other. Let each other be successful doing something that they love instead of working whatever job they got. We're gonna create within each other. That's why we made it a business, because we want the business to take off and be successful. It's not just a hobby of us getting together and playing music.
Hey, Spartan, what is your profession?
Hey, speaking of that, you like the end that set you free, man? The Spartan.
Yo, y'all are no joke. That's when I used to watch. Listen, I used to watch that movie like when it first came out. I watched it like 100 times in a row. Just trying to let you know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So tell like literally. So because you talked about business, you guys got yourself set up as a business. I got that. What business ventures are y'all looking at? Like, I know, people do clothes, people do whatever it is. What are those things that you're actually plotting to tap into to present to people as another LIONTHRONE, thing?
Well, I think ultimately that's kind of, we'd like to be almost like a production enterprise, really, where we can be all network with plenty of other musicians, and we have friends here and there that we could collaborate with, and people that are creative in many different avenues. And there's really no limit. We're all really well-rounded. We have lots of different interests. So really anything that we put our minds to, I think would all agree would be something that are opportunities for us to come by. Like I know Cap's talking about like launching a storefront here pretty soon. Deals in like holistic lifestyle and approaches to that nature, and
CBD, baby.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, there's options for days. It's really just, you know, putting your nose to the ground and
painting,
and manifesting it over time. But the first thing we're trying to do is really launch this music thing and make sure that those wheels won't fall off and they'll just continue to turn and keep that going, you know.
True. Chris Blackman said hi to y'all.
What up, Chris?
What's up, Chris?
That's another reason why I went to school, to get my degree in engineering. That way,
Oh, true.
no excuse, you know. It's like,
Did everybody finish school?
well, we all finished school.
Yeah, we all
but,
finished
you know,
school.
Well, I mean, I'm just, you know.
At various levels of extra school.
Hey, look, I won't lie. I did not. I had to go back and finish school.
Yeah.
Hey, you went back though.
Yeah. I went in a little bit of school. I think you did a little bit of college. He was military, so there's plenty of school there.
True.
Rutgers graduate here, like, you know, there's varying levels of education.
That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, boys. See, now that's good. Trust me, that's good substance. That's backbone right there. All right, so let's get into some beef here real quick. So we know it all the tension. We know all the strife that's going on. All of the, you know, I was talking about a little bit of it before you guys came on, and how I felt crushed that I was a hypocrite at one point doing this whole, I was teaching young people to sing the national anthem. And I lost, because as a kid, as a youngster, we used to talk about how we were treated all the time. Nobody would listen to us. We didn't have cell phone cameras and all that to say, hey, this is really going on. So, and then my mom is white and my dad's black. So we had to hear the things that they went through.
Shout out.
What's that?
Oh, mulatto.
Yeah, truth. And so going through all that, but then at a certain point, I let music take over and kind of stepped off of the platform of, hey, let me tell y'all the plight, but let me just love on y'all through music. Well, now, after modern technology and all this stuff, and then all of the murders, I'm not going to say killings, I'm not going to say death, but murders and things. Now I'm out here and I'm doing this again, and I'm able to say the things and remind folk of my past that I used to tell you this stuff when you would deny it. And so, but basically there's a whole new cloud over this country again because of this stuff and the reemergence of it in such a strong way, especially after this president that did this last 4 years. So I would like whoever wants to, on y'all's part, tell me, how do you guys, or individually, whatever you want to do, how do you feel about the present state of this country?
I mean, on the bright side, I'll say this. On the bright side, because I always try to be the positive one, right? So on the bright side, there's an opportunity for growth and healing for this nation moving forward. Like, this old way of thinking, like the last 4 years has been, is gonna have to give way to the new age of acceptance. It's just gonna take a lot of people just talking about things and not feeling defensive. It's going to take a lot of people just trying to understand that everyone's going to have a different perspective about everything. And, maybe yours isn't the right one just because it's the one that your paradigm that you've existed in.
Sure.
But I mean, it's like you say, the things that are happening today, it's not anything new. It's just everybody in their hand now and they can go live with it. Same things I was going through 15, 20 years ago. It's the same thing my dad's generation, and then on and on and on. It's a worldwide infection, and it all boils down to the fact that we are all trained to look at the different colors of a person and focus on all these differences. So I'm from this country and we have that, or I'm from this background and we have that, as opposed to just realizing we're all just human race, man, and we should all be working together to make everyone's existence better.
Right. And look, and it's one of the reasons why I think you guys heard a little bit of what I was saying beforehand, and then You know, I always tell everybody that I'm not concerned with how you put it into action, how each individual to address the differences and to try to knock down the walls of hate and so on. I'm not here to tell anybody how to do it. I'm just here to encourage everybody to engage, because if you don't engage, if you don't come to an understanding of anybody that's not like you's experiences, their understandings, if you don't enter those conversations, we're not going to understand why that person hates me or loves you and hate, I mean, you know, vice versa. We're not going to understand those things. And I think there's a plus and a minus to what you were just saying, is that yes, we want to get to the utopian part where we can one day say, you know what, you know, we're just people. We're just God's loving creation, all the same. We bleed the same and all that, breathe the same air. But at this point, there is another factor where we have to acknowledge history. We have to acknowledge it, because you can't move forward without understanding how these things started. You know, that's where the systemic racism issue comes in, where people try to deny that. But if you understand the simple meaning of the combination of that word and break that word down, you find out that the beginning of the institutions of this country were built off of the lives, the blood, and the breaking up of families and the rapings and the whatever else, and then and being treated as not human beings, and we were property, and so on and so forth. So the country's foundation was built on that. So you can't just exclude that happened. You have to acknowledge that, because that gives you the roadmap of why we're where we are now.
Well, that becomes the real question, right? Because if you look at like place like, say, for instance, South Africa, they had a whole like council, right, where the entire country got together and they all talked about all the injustice, and they were able to sort of start to move forward at a much, you know, what we've done here. And then, you know, you take into, yeah, you do have to talk about it, but then you look at the compensation, right? Every other indigenous or every other racial ethnic group has been compensated. The Japanese,
that is true.
Americans were compensated. Heck, we even compensate Israel. You know, we send reparations to Israel, but you know, the one thing they gave to freed slaves was 40 acres and a mule on the Freedmen's Bank. And then, you know, Abraham.
And a lot of it was taken back and confiscated and so on.
Fascinated, and the first thing they did was repeal that, you know, so those are the types of things that have to be addressed, and the country has to be able to heal from it. But again, the idea is to get to that humanity.
Sure.
But it's about people having those conversations will get you to, because you'll be able to see this person and say, oh, I see, you know, I see how life has benefited from this, and you can
and that's what people from every walk are a little bit scared of. They're scared of entering that conversation, because that means that you have to feel convicted, maybe, in a way, not because necessarily of you, but because of your father and your mother and your grandparents and those people, you know what I mean? Because of past generations, which you used to try to be proud of. Yes, sir.
Many, it means that you also, maybe the scary part is that you're no longer allowed to be indifferent. That even just the indifference of the whole thing, that you didn't realize how much weight that carries.
Yes.
And kind of tie all that in together, man. What the conversation that you and Thomas just had, I feel like this last 4 years, that yes, it's very ugly what's happened in America. A lot of that, you know, is not nice to look at. But in the grand scheme of healing, and I mean worldwide, look at how many people this did unite, and look at the conversations, as ugly as they are, and the situations as ugly as they are, how many people finally are like, you know what, they're right. It can't happen anymore. It's not even happening in my country, but it can't happen anymore. That's right. And so the conversations, of course, are going to be painful. The situations are ugly, and this systemic racism that's been going on for so long is a big ugly scab got pulled off is kind of what it feels like it had been smoothed over somewhat by, you know, distractions and whatnot. And 4 years, it was just like, boom, take a look. This is what it's like. So if anything, I feel like you kind of have to hurt to heal, sometimes, you know, and I feel like that's sort of the period that we're in right now. We're in the middle of that hurt, you know, but a lot of the conversations like the one we're having here today, you know, somebody might see it and it might change perspective for them. And that's kind of our greatest weapon right now.
That's right. The having the openness to be honest with yourself and to be open heart in your heart to engage with other folks is going to be the pathway, and not preaching to the choir, but talking to folks that aren't like you. If you guys ever get a chance to look at some of the posts that I've done over these past few months, you'll see people throwing out some of the most hateful things to me because I believe I'm doing something good to help people heal. But instead, they got some horrible things to say. But I don't block them. I don't step on them. I don't fight back. I just encourage them. Come on the show. Let's talk about it. I'll take some time from a legend or from you guys or from whoever, and I'll let you, Mr. Hateful Person, come on the show and let's talk about it. I want to know where you came from, and I want you to tell people what you're experiencing. What is it that makes you believe so strongly in what you believe in? And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Lack of wanting to. It's
Correct.
easy to just get real big and bad and angry on Facebook or Instagram, but to actually have a conversation involves your feelings. You know, people don't really want to have that conversation, and a lot of times people lash out because of stuff they got going on within themselves.
Yep. Well, there's been a big what happened during the last 4 years is that guy in the office, he kind of empowered people to not have to address that, to not and he kind of empowered a little bit of the entitlement of using that, of instead of trying to scale away the hate and scale away the tension, he kind of gave people a little bit of a subliminal license to say, you know what, I'm proud of my hate. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of this thing, and I can be this if I want to. And so it kind of took a portion of society backwards while we was trying to move forward. I hate the word trying, but again, hold on one sec. Again, you guys, if you're on Instagram, please pop on over to Facebook at OBIE MORANT. That's M as in money, ORAN as in Nancy, T. Obi Morant on Facebook, so that you can hear the guys, LIONTHRONE, chatting it up with me right now. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Oh, I was gonna say he gave us a subliminal message so they can catch these Pauls though too. You know, like it's not 1970. You know,
that's right.
But even that, you know, not that I'm condoning violence. Most of the time, people are polarized on a lot of these issues, right? They believe that what they think is right because it's been so programmed into them, and then most people just want to see a reflection of themselves in somebody to agree with them, so that way they don't have to feel like they're wrong. Whereas that's why people don't want to have the conversation, because it does make you uncomfortable to realize, oh, I do have this level of privilege that maybe I'm an asshole because I haven't recognized it before.
Yeah. I like what you just said, and you don't have to raise your hand, sir. Listen, I like what you just said, and I think that's something that I've never said, and I'm going to steal it from you and say it on some future shows, because that is the truth. People get used to wanting to see themselves. They want to see the mirror image of them and screw anything else that looks, feels, or acts different. I want to see a bunch of Obies and then I'm good. And the unfortunate part is that that's not what this world is. And so we're getting people lost there was a desire during the Obama years, and not because of him, but because of the difference of him in that position. There was a desire for people to actually start to seek out differences and try to find out, hey, what's this? Why is that? This is new. This is weird. And it started to be a thing to do. Then this other guy comes in, and it was like all about, okay, we're not doing that no more. Now it's everybody divide yourselves up again, and let's go back to just seeing you and being you, and that's it. and it's been it's been a painful 4 years, depending on what
you're talking about. Our administration never stopped.
Say that again.
What you're talking about in the Obama administration never stopped. We just years.
Yeah,
That's
and
fair
here we
enough.
go.
Right. I got you.
Tolerate something for a while.
Yes.
But that's what we're talking about is tolerance.
But
we got to tolerate.
To kind of hone in on what Tommy was saying, I joined the military, man, and being from a small town, I was programmed to this is what you know, and this is what it's been established your whole life. This is the normal to you. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. So I joined the Navy. And I was like, no, I need to see like what the world really is, and that opened my eyes a lot too.
I bet it did. What was the small town?
I grew up in a small town called Bandera, and it's about 45 minutes or so from San Antonio.
I know San Antonio. I never heard of that other one. Sounds like an actor.
It's outside the loop.
It's no bueno.
Bandera is actually the cowboy capital of the world. That's their claim.
For real? Oh, well, that's why. I don't be watching those Cowboys.
Imagine my surprise when I showed up. Hey, what's up, man? Like, look at me.
Okay. All right. So let's get funny for a minute. Are you guys Cowboys fans for real?
Bro,
not at all.
Good. Boy, look here.
Hallelujah.
No. See,
he's still.
I renounced my nationhood, my Cowboy Nation fandom. I don't like Jerry Jones, man.
Yeah. Oh, now I understand why you sitting behind Tommy. So, but because look here, they got a great new quarterback, but everything else, yikes.
Yeah, everything else is
the same as it was the last 40 years.
Yeah. Look, they need a new front office. That's what Cincinnati needs. Cincinnati needs a new front office. Dallas needs a new front office. Are you guys big sports fans?
Yeah, I am.
Over the years, the level has waned, but I mean, I like to play sports.
Oh, true that. That's good too.
Then watch them.
I like golf.
But, yeah.
Don't get hurt as much in golf.
Well, all right, pain free. So do you guys do the UFC and boxing thing like I do? I'm mad about that. I can't miss a fight.
Occasionally, I like a title fight. Yeah,
watch a good fight if it's on. I like the style bender, so I caught that one recently.
That's my dog. Yeah. And so did you guys catch Crawford Saturday night? Terrence Crawford fight?
No, I wasn't available.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna help y'all. We're gonna stay in touch after this show. I'm gonna help y'all out in the fight game because you got to know them fights. What's that?
I'm gonna go watch the highlights as soon as we get done.
Oh, true. You got to, man. It was a great fight because the dude he fought was bigger, basically, and he was trying to say with his camp, he's like, since he's bigger, that's gonna be his key to annihilating Crawford. I'm not gonna say anything else. Just watch the fight. Right. That fool, you won't see him for a while. All right, yes, sir, Basie.
Yes, we were busy playing music. We missed the fight.
Yep. Get much respect. My bad.
Part of the problem with fights is that there's just too many classes, too many divisions, too many belts. So the sport kind of got watered down. Like there's just so many fights now. Like there's not that many good fights anymore. Not that many great fights like it used to be.
Except on UFC though.
UFC is pretty rocking.
UFC seems like every week is a good fight.
Yeah, well, they actually beat each other up though, so
and then they hug like for real when they're done. Like they got mad respect for each other.
Yeah, that's a warrior sport.
They're martial artists though, it's all about and then
honor.
Yeah, and honor.
I know, and I believe that, but I don't think, I did martial arts growing up, and I just don't think if somebody kicked my posterior region the way that they do, I don't know, I'm hugging you. Like maybe a couple days later.
Hey man, you was just bouncing my head off the mat with elbows, bro.
I know, right? Maybe after I get a chance to reflect then I can come back and be like, yeah, man, thank you, brother.
Thanks for
But
being
not right when you did it.
Right.
Appreciate that paycheck.
You got paid though.
That's fun. All right, so tell me. Okay, so we got how many of you guys sing? I know Drummy raps. Oh, Drummy sings too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, lead vocals.
Lead right here.
Right, but anybody else sing lead too? Just share.
We swap
We all
out.
take
Yeah.
our turns,
There's
baby.
only one lead singer.
But yeah,
Well, no, I understand. I understand that, man.
We-
I understand.
we swap out like the feature role, if you will. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
Important.
I mean, because I could imagine during a show.
Oh yeah, that's really was it, man. We had that kind of envisioned in the first place, is to be able to switch it up sonically and dynamically. So
Right.
wanted to incorporate those extra vocals not only in the songwriting, in the live show, and that as well, to kind of going back to what you mentioned earlier, how we've got such a mix of fellows here multiculturally.
Yep.
We wanted to be a part of the musical experience as well, so no genre is left untouched, you know what I mean? Nothing, or rather none that is not accessible to us if we wish to incorporate.
True.
And having live vocals just helps bring that to fruition so much more.
That's good. And then does everybody help with the writing, or is there like a key one or two?
Yeah, I think everyone takes their part.
Yes.
We'll come together with an idea. The song will be created. You know, lyrics will be split. Be like, hey, I got a verse I think I wrote like 3 years ago that'll fit right perfectly in this beat.
True. That's how it goes too.
Yeah, I like that. What are you talking about? Okay. It's just, I mean, we all, no egos. We all take input. We help each other out with, I can't figure out what line I want to spit right here. And Brian be like, what about this?
Mm-hmm.
And he'll spit some on top of his head. And I'm like, that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
All right. What about family? Now, let's go to immediate family. You guys got your moms, pops, sisters, brothers, and all that near you right now, or are they spread out?
I have mom that's reachable, not too far away, 2 hours. I have a sister that's in Houston. You know, I've got the wife and kids at home holding it down. You know, that's my family right there. So
True. How about the rest of you guys?
Right here. Sitting right here.
Okay, got you. All right. Okay. All right. And so the support system besides you guys, that's the reason I was asking, because I wanted to know, how is your outside, individual support system? Like, I know, with my family, all of us play together. So anything I do now, even if I wanted to be like a trash dumpster guy, my whole family would be like texting me talking about, boy, you dumped the hell out that trash. So that's what I'm asking about.
Yeah, my two little girls live with me, or two of my little girls live here with me, and my parents live in San Antonio area, and my brother and sister also live out here. So
True.
My family's
good. So you got your girls. That's cool.
yeah, man.
That's good. How old are they?
5 and 6.
Oh, that's nice. So you have to be a real dad, like for real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, I was girl dad before Kobe made it cool. You know what I mean?
Me too, man. 35 years before well, not 35. 25 years before I was girl, man. But Kobe's the man, though. So, I can't be mad about it. What about you?
My family.
Oh, Brian. Sorry, Brian. What about you? I'm like pointing at the screen like you can see me.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, he pointed right at you, bro.
But my immediate family is a little bit more spread out. But I mean, Kyle really said it. Like we find our support from within this family that we've chosen to create for ourselves. We're talking to each other pretty much daily.
That's good.
Beyond that, our manager Gidget Espinoza, she's a huge part of our support system. She helps keep us motivated, keep us on check. Leslie Logan, shout out to our Leslie Logan, who runs Upscale PR, who runs most of our PR for us. I know our interview today was more of an organic one that we just out to each other, and I'm glad that it came about that way. But she's another huge part of our support system that helps to keep motivated as well. So
my apologies for sidestepping her. I didn't mean to.
Oh no, it wasn't. No, man, I like the organic approach like that. Like, I just saw y'all and I dug your vibe. I'm glad that it went down that way. But
Listen, good.
surround yourself with people that can do that for you. You know what I mean? And that you can in turn do that for us. So paying it back to our people and getting in return, man. That's how we do.
Listen, I do the same approach with everybody because I don't want it to feel like all corporately structured. And I got all these people that send me these things like, can you send us over this list of questions? Hell no. I don't got no list of questions, you know? So I'm not down with that. All right. So you guys are supported from within. We got a couple of kids. We got some wives. And now when you guys are plotting your road trips, right? Those of you who have family that are, you know, like your wife, kids, and so on. I'm pointing at the screen again. Drummy's wife, kids.
Very much a part of everything that I do.
Okay, and so when you're traveling, though, how? I mean, and you got your 2 daughters.
Oh yeah, together.
Yeah, we all period family.
Yeah, and we all every
question,
so.
No question at all.
Yeah,
Uncle Curl is talking.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, if you in the future, right? Say you guys is banging and y'all, you know, everything's good. Y'all traveling. The road is opened up again. You're putting out a new project. What producer, what writer would you guys want to, like, because everybody wants to, we love to write our own stuff and produce our own stuff, and I know you guys have a blast doing it amongst yourself, but there's got to be a producer or songwriter or somebody that you want to work with.
I mean, I think whoever aligns in our timeline.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you have somebody? Like, do you got a name?
Personally,
we don't need anything.
So not really specifically somebody in mind that I would like be aching to work with. Not necessarily at the level that, you know, I think that we'll be at in the next couple of years. There are some legendary producers that, of course, you could drop a name and be like, man, that would be incredible. You know, so and so certain that I've kind of helped to shape some of what we do and influence what we are. And that's what typically I feel like people would go for there, drop a name of, you know, somebody that's legend in your mind. But that's what I mean, because I know that's how I was when I was coming up, you know, walking the streets of New York, trying to meet people and all that, and thinking about being a star and all that stuff. And I was like, man, if I could work with, you know, Quincy Jones, or if I could work with, you know, just to have done it, not necessarily that it's going to change, you know, what we're doing musically, but just to have that person touch a joint, you know what I mean, that we're doing, it would have been. At all, I'm gonna say Busta Rhymes, man. I gotta be in the studio with that cat for us all said and done.
Shout out.
That's no joke. Did you hear his new stuff?
Yeah, man, I did. Indeed. Extension 2, baby.
Yeah.
Dude is ridiculous.
As an element than I think he's ever been.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he is. He is unstoppable. I liked watching the riff. You know, I don't know if it was all jovial, but some of it was back and forth with him and what's the Atlanta man? Yeah.
That was quality, man.
That was the business. Listen, can't nobody from that era mess with Busta Rhymes, man. Nobody. I'm just trying to tell you. He just his whole flavor was just, it's just beyond, man. He wasn't just speaking fast, he was speaking real and fast, you know, but also other rhythmic structures, but also, you know, his content was quality because he was from the street, you know, and so it's really cool, and it's good to see him still thriving like that. Like people like
we are.
You know, another one I think would be dope to work with would be Pharrell, man, because do a lot of
that's an eclectic brother right there.
And the VA connection over here, but that would be dope, I think, because I think he would hear the things that we do and really be impressed by it, and then help us find ways to expand on it that we probably never even considered. So,
true.
And
he does all kind of music too. I don't know if you how I mean, I'm sure you know, but he don't just do R&B, hip hop, and pop and whatever. Dude is no joke.
Play around, man.
Come Christmas, we'll see.
Yeah.
Going home, by the way. We'll see.
What's that one?
I'm going home.
You're going home?
Yeah, Christmas.
Oh, for real? Where's home?
Virginia.
Oh, okay, Virginia. My bad. Look, I'm trying to learn all this stuff, man. Don't get mad at me because I can't remember everything. All right, I got you. VA. I see the sign. All right, I got you. All right, so B. So you're front and center. You know the you know kind of. I hate the term front man, but
yeah,
you know,
isn't it? But you know, it's the role that I'm in, so it's all right.
But you're that dude, and you're doing those things. So tell me, how much of your show is built on entertaining? How much is message giving?
I'd say there's a lot less that goes into formulating the entertaining aspect of the show, by which I'm guessing you mean like production and we're gonna stop here and
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, well, yeah,
kind of thing. Yeah, there's of course some thought that goes into what is gonna happen during a show, like you know, this would be cool if this happened during this part of a song or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's not like we get together at rehearsal and I go, all right, fellas, we're all gonna jump right here or anything like that.
Like the barcades back in the day, y'all ain't gonna do none of them moves.
So,
hey, wait a second. Hey, I'm down with that. No.
There won't be some at some point, you know, maybe all suits and bow tied out, who knows? But ultimately, man, really what we try to do is to maintain that organic kind of vibe that we have about not just the way that we write, but the way that we are with one another. It's very familial.
True. One second. Again, all you folks, Amy, Chris, 21 Memi, Rose Gold Barbie, Love for Black People. Please jump on over to Facebook, OBIEMORANT. I got these guys for a couple seconds more, so I'd like everybody to be able to see them. So tell me real quick. Oh, he's okay.
Try to set it up over here. See if we can't get.
I got you. I see you. All right. Look who we got coming in.
Right.
Oh, snap. Are we good?
I think so.
Yeah, I got.
Hold on, I gotta turn my volume back down. No, that's just me. Hold on. That's my fault this time. All right, how we doing?
Think we good.
Think we got it.
All right, so now everybody can join in for these last few minutes. So so tell me, guys, tell me some messages. What do you guys want the people to know about what is the experience of LIONTHRONE? You know, they're gonna come and see you. If they're searching to find your music online, what are you guys trying to say to the people? What are you trying to you know, what's the pitch? I hate to do that, but what are they looking for?
All right, man. The pitch is a very natural thing, man. It's for an experience, for something that's going to tell you a story, that's going to make you feel, that's going to pull emotion out of you, that may cause you to reflect, and that's going to surprise you. Something that has movement, but that will also tell you a story at the same time. You know, something that's got the toe tap ability, it's got the head nod ability, it's got that get up and shake it kind of groove to it, but at the same time, it's not cars and clothes and all that sort of fluff. You know what I mean? There's a real and a real message, man, that'll really take you someplace. Something that's always stuck with me. One of our concerts early on, somebody came up to me and asked, man, what was that one song you played? It's a song of ours, Throat, which can be streamed on all streaming services. But he was just like, man, I don't know what it is in that song, man. It touched me. It woke something in me. And that kind of helped me to realize that this group really is going to do that thing we set out to do, which is to human emotion and to do it through music that we love. So you're not any music, you're not going to catch any real pop fluff or anything like that. We make this music for ourselves. So we're doing it top notch.
Truth. All right, here's what I want. I want everybody else to tell me their opinion on that as well, or their take. But before that, y'all got to throw down something. I seen you do it on somebody else's show. I just need to hear y'all lay down a little something for my peeps real quick, please, if y'all don't mind. I mean, take a minute if you need to. Y'all need to huddle up, whatever. You know, it's all good.
Just live. Right there. Okay. Yeah, let's go. And now. I feel alive. Like I can fly. I feel alive. It's a little intro to our song of ours called Fly.
Fly. Is that a new joint, or is this something that I just didn't get a whiff of yet?
I think something like that.
True. All right. And does any? Oh,
Fly. I'm high up in the sky. I just wanna find the peace. I feel I can spread the peace. I think I can fly. I'm high up in the sky. I just wanna find the peace. I feel I can spread the peace.
yeah, that's right, baby. That's right here. That's live samples for Food for Action from LIONTHRONE in the building, in his house. Tell me, where is everybody going to find you? Give me all the websites, all the wwws.
So our website is lionthronemusic.com, www.lionthronemusic.com. You can get us anywhere you get music, YouTube, Spotify, iMusic, Apple Music, whatever it's called. But it's at LionThrone Music for all of our social media handles. And I mean, it's all available, everything you want. I'll let you hear.
LIONTHRONE is one word.
It is.
Right, LIONTHRONE is all one word.
Oh, see, yeah, that's a personal attack on me, isn't it? That's because, listen, I know that. It's just that when I'm typing, sometimes I get into this thing where I need an assistant. I'm just trying to let you know. I'm trying to do this stuff, make these posts and whatnot. It just doesn't work out right. I do my best, man.
One word. That's just for everybody, bro.
Everybody.
Look here, there was no such thing as this stuff when I was coming up. So I'm messing around with it like an old fool. Look, yo, no joke. I am two-fingering it for real when I'm doing this. This is no joke. Right. Okay, so we got all the handles. Listen, I love you guys, man. I'm telling you, from the first moment that I checked you guys out, I was like, these fellas are dope. And I gave Mach 357. I gave him like 48 invisible high fives, and so I'm anxious to see what you guys are gonna do in the nearest future, but also down the road. I know that y'all gonna have mad longevity because the approach is on point, the feelings are on point, the mission is on point, and your togetherness is on point, and so. That is something that all those little ingredients are going to go a very, very long way. Trust me. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I respect you guys. Do me a favor. And when y'all are about to pop something new, whenever your next joint is, please send us something. You know what I mean? Tag me in it. Like when y'all are doing your next, hey, this is our new joint. Put a tag on me on Facebook and Instagram. Tweet, Twitter, whatever.
Make sure you go to the website and subscribe, man. Put your email in there.
I did subscribe. What the heck's wrong with you?
All right.
Hey, well, we just, forever.
But I want an official feel special type of thing. Like I want to feel good because y'all actually
right in the corner, like, hey, look.
Yeah, I want just put a little tag. You know how I got that little picture with just my eyes on the top of the post? Just put my eyes somewhere on your post and be like, yo, this one's for Obi, like real tiny.
That's what's
up. You know what I mean? Yes. And I'm good. I love you guys, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'll be following you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. And be safely blessed.
Yeah, you too, man.
You too, my brother.
Thank you for
I'll wrap you soon. Yeah, man. Take care, guys.
Be well.
So yeah, man, that was LIONTHRONE joining us. Awesome fellas, man. Really awesome fellas. And I love what they're doing. I love their inspiration. And I love it that these guys are young fellas, man. And they are rocking and they are on a mission, and they're not just playing around trying to be superstars on a stage. They're literally trying to accomplish something that will make a mark, a lasting mark in music and society. Thank you, Gidget. I appreciate you too. Now I know who you are, so that's pretty cool. So I appreciate you for what you do for those guys too, and it's awesome. Keep on, helping them hit that windy road, man, because they're gonna make it to success. Believe it. They already are there, but they're gonna make it further. So, anyways, my Food for Action folk, please don't forget to check out Gorin Brothers, Gorin.com. They are our sponsor, our partner, and it is the season for gift giving, and they have the best hats. They got the best caps. They got the best. I mean, if you name it, a kind of hat that exists, they got it. And I got some of them. Y'all know that I posted a couple already. But your father, your mother, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, essential workers, a neighbor that you just want to bless and love on just to be a good person, go ahead and log into Gorin.com. And when you're checking out, put in the code Food for Action 10. That's in capital letters, Food for Action 10, and you will get our Food for Action special discount. So I want to thank Gorin Brothers for their support for Food for Action and what we are attempting to do. So everybody, love you. Thank you for spending this time with us. Don't forget to check out the third stanza of the national anthem. I think it's important for everybody to understand that meaning that is embedded in that song, and so that you can understand what I was talking about earlier tonight. Again, I want to thank everybody, my boy Chris Himadu and his fam for stopping in, talking to us too. Please tune in Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be a power-packed, action-packed show. We got Hip Hop Elise, who is the manager from Jay Chosen, who was on with us last week. And we have another one of her artists, Nitty Green, who's going to be on the show. And we also should be getting this surprise visit. Well, it ain't a surprise anymore because I'm telling you, with Fat Man Scoop. And if you know anything about hip hop and R&B, you know who he is. World renowned, award winning, the hypest of hype, known all over the world. So we got a lot of folks, but we also got some messages. I'm going to come online a little bit early, and we're going to talk about some things, because remember that this is, there is a mission with Food for Action, and that's to help us as a people, help us as a country to heal, to do our part in helping that, and helping us to address some of the issues that cause division, so that we can bridge that gap and stop the division and fight those ugly things in society. So anyways, I thank you again for joining in to Food for Action. This was episode 48. It's freaking awesome. It's not too long ago when there was none of this. And now we're getting close to episode 50. So it's pretty cool. It's a blessing and it's humbling. And I thank you so much, everybody who's joined in and signed up. And don't forget to join in with us, man, and get on the Food for Action page, which is it's under OBIE underscore SBTSBC. That is on Facebook and the same as Instagram. So please, keep up with us, and let's see you every week. Come on in. If you don't get a chance to, if you're working, or if you're, you got kids to take care of, and I'm on at an awkward hour, you can always find these videos. They're never going to go anywhere. They're always going to be here on Facebook. They're also going to be on YouTube under the same thing, OBIE underscore SBTSBC. I keep it the same so that it's easy to find. But keep up with us. Stick with us. This is Food for Action. Again, we are here to create a path to a true United State in America. And I thank you for joining in. Please stay engaged. Let's come together as people. Let's come together in love. Let's come together. Period. All right. We'll see you Wednesday for Hip Hop Elise, Nitty Green, and Fat Man Scoop. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Same black time, same black channel. Thank you again to Lion Throne. See you Wednesday.